Welcome. Have you ever found yourself wondering if fate truly has a hand in our lives, or if we are merely the architects of our own destiny? Imagine, just for a moment, that everything we've experienced, the twists, the turns, the triumphs, and even the struggles, wasn't as spontaneous as it seems. What if every choice, every victory, and every setback has already been mapped out long before we were born? What if the course of our lives is not something we control, but a path that was carefully designed and hidden in the fabric of time, waiting for us to uncover its secrets? It's a mind-boggling idea, one that has captured the curiosity of humans for centuries. The question of free will versus fate has sparked debates that stretch back to ancient times. Some believe that the signs of our future are all around us, hidden in the stars, in nature, or even in the thoughts of visionary minds. For others, fate is nothing more than an abstract idea, a poetic concept with no real substance. But then, there are those like Michael de Nostradamus, a name that has become synonymous with prophecy and mystery. Nostradamus stands out among the countless figures who've tried to peer into the unknown. Born in 1503 in France, Nostradamus was a physician, astrologer, and a visionary, someone who seemed to possess an extraordinary ability to see beyond the veil of time. He's best known for his cryptic quatrains, brief four-line verses that are said to predict major events in history. While many admire him for his contributions to medicine during Europe's devastating plagues, it's his prophetic writings that have cemented his place in history. His quatrains seem to predict some of the most momentous events in history: the rise of the French Revolution, the terrifying spread of the bubonic plague across Europe, and even the catastrophic events that unfolded in Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. These are just a few examples of how Nostradamus's writings appear to eerily describe occurrences that took place long after his death. It's as if he had glimpsed into the future, revealing what was yet to come. The most fascinating aspect of his quatrains is how they seem to be untethered to time itself. How could he have known? Was Nostradamus truly connected to some higher force, or was he simply a gifted poet with a vivid imagination? These are questions that have plagued historians, scholars, and skeptics alike for centuries. Some believe that Nostradamus's prophecies are uncannily accurate, while others argue that his cryptic language leaves too much room for interpretation. For some, his writings serve as proof that fate is real and that the events of the future are already written. For others, they are nothing more than poetic riddles that we are eager to decipher. Despite the debate surrounding his true abilities, one thing is clear: Nostradamus's words have the power to challenge the way we think about life, the future, and whether we truly control our own destinies. His predictions invite us to ask ourselves, are we walking down a path we've chosen, or are we merely actors playing out a script that was written for us long before we were born? Now, as we stand on the edge of 2025, the world feels like it's teetering on the brink of something monumental. Our planet is grappling with more severe climate changes, political tensions are at an all-time high, and technological advancements are unfolding at an almost dizzying pace. Could Nostradamus have foreseen the world in which we find ourselves today? Some believe that his quatrains hold the answers to the very challenges we're facing right now. Could the warnings in his writings be pointing to the global crises of the present day, offering insights and clues about what we might expect in the years ahead? In this deep dive, we'll explore 10 of the most chilling and prophetic predictions that Nostradamus made about the year 2025. These aren't just vague musings. They're vivid glimpses into a future filled with natural disasters, shifting political power, and technological breakthroughs that could change everything we know about the world. But before we get into the spine-tingling specifics, let's take a moment to build a community of like-minded individuals who are just as curious about these mysteries as you are. If you find yourself captivated by the unknown, by history, by prophecy, and by the possibility of a future shaped by forces beyond our comprehension, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us explore these captivating mysteries and start conversations that challenge everything we think we know about the world. Now, buckle up, because as we venture deeper into Nostradamus's predictions for 2025, you might feel a roller coaster of emotions. Some of his prophecies may leave you astounded, others may unsettle you, but one thing is for sure. By the end of this exploration, you may never look at the future, or even the present, in the same way again. Are you ready to step into the mind of one of the world's most mysterious prophets? Are you ready to confront the fate that lies ahead? Let's begin. But be warned, what you find may leave you with even more questions than you had before. One of Nostradamus's most foreboding predictions has to do with the Pacific Ring of Fire, a region that houses 25% of the world's active and dormant volcanoes. According to his writings, the Earth will shake around the new city. Two great rocks will fire for a long time, an ominous image of volcanic disaster. He goes on to describe a sky catching fire over the ocean and a city drenched in ashes and flames. Could this be a reference to a catastrophic volcanic eruption in 2025? History has shown us the destructive power of supervolcanoes like Mount Tambora and Krakatoa, which were responsible for triggering global cooling, famine, and widespread death. Today, scientists warn that similar eruptions could happen at Yellowstone National Park in the United States, Campi Flegrei in Italy, or Mount Taal in the Philippines. The Philippines alone has 24 active volcanoes, many of them part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. Nostradamus's words could very well be alluding to a volcanic eruption in this area, or even in other hotspots like Japan's Mount Fuji. The imagery he uses, "The sky will catch fire," and "the city will be drenched in ashes," paints a terrifying picture of the destruction that could unfold. What makes this prophecy even more chilling is the global impact it could have. A supervolcanic eruption could set off a volcanic winter, an event where ash clouds block out the sun for months, possibly even years, leading to a dramatic cooling of the earth. Agriculture would fail, triggering widespread food shortages and forcing millions of people to migrate in search of survival. Entire ecosystems would collapse, and economies would be left in ruins. Imagine a world where the streets are blanketed in ash, the air thick with sulfur, and life as we know it is completely upended. While modern technology might give us some warning, there's no way to truly prepare for a disaster of this magnitude. Could Nostradamus be urging us to take the threat of natural disasters, particularly volcanic eruptions, more seriously? If his prediction comes to pass, the world will need to prepare for not only the immediate destruction, but also the long-term ramifications of such a catastrophe, one that could change the course of history. In addition to natural disasters, Nostradamus also predicted significant political upheaval. One of his most striking quatrains reads, "The great empire will be replaced by another, a small place of lethal area." This speaks to shifting power dynamics and the potential collapse of old alliances, possibly even betrayal among nations. He predicted a time when the world would witness the rise of new powers, the fall of great empires, and the fragmentation of long-standing political relationships. In today's interconnected world, global stability hinges on alliances between nations, but history has shown us time and again that these bonds can be broken by ambition, distrust, and competition. This vision could apply to political struggles in nations like the Philippines, where once cooperative parties find themselves at odds, Or it could point to larger global shifts where superpowers like the United States are gradually replaced by emerging nations with newfound influence. If Nostradamus' prophecy proves true, we could see significant political upheaval in 2025, potentially leading to conflicts, betrayals, and a reordering of global power. Finally, there's the issue of technology. In one of his more cryptic prophecies, Nostradamus wrote, "The moon in full night over the high mountain. The new sage with a lone brain sees it by his disciples invited to be immortal, eyes to the south, hands in bosom, bodies in fire." This has been interpreted as a reference to artificial intelligence, a force capable of reasoning far beyond human comprehension. As AI continues to grow at an unprecedented rate, could Nostradamus have foreseen the emergence of a new kind of intelligence that would change everything we know about the world? As we explore these prophecies and their potential relevance to the future, we are left with more questions than answers. But one thing is clear. Nostradamus' writings challenge us to think about the world in ways we might never have considered before. Whether we believe in fate or not, his words remain a compelling reminder that the future is full of unknowns, both terrifying and fascinating. As we move closer to 2025, let's keep our eyes open for the signs, the warnings, and the mysteries that might just shape the world in ways we never imagined. By the year 2025, artificial intelligence, AI, is anticipated to be a transformative force, deeply integrated into daily life and influencing many sectors such as healthcare, education, and even military operations. The growing prominence of AI in various aspects of society is expected to have profound consequences, both positive and negative. For instance, AI is already excelling in tasks such as medical diagnostics, stock trading, and creative endeavors like writing, surpassing human capabilities in some cases. While these advancements may lead to greater efficiency and convenience, they also bring forth existential questions about the role of humans in a world increasingly dominated by machines. One significant concern is the potential for widespread unemployment as AI continues to replace human workers in various fields. Furthermore, society will need to grapple with ethical dilemmas regarding the autonomy of AI and its impact on critical systems such as healthcare, law enforcement, and military strategy. AI, unlike humans, can operate endlessly without the limitations of aging or fatigue, an aspect often referred to as its immortality. This begs the question: does immortality come with wisdom or does it lead to chaos? What happens when AI systems, designed for maximum efficiency, prioritize performance over human well-being? Experts in the field are increasingly concerned that unregulated AI may have unintended consequences, such as the introduction of biases into algorithms, vulnerabilities in cybersecurity, or even the misuse of AI-powered autonomous weapons by rogue actors. Nostradamus' prophecies, often seen as cryptic, may carry a cautionary message, perhaps not only warning about technological dominance, but urging responsible use of the vast power that technology provides. As we accelerate into an uncertain future shaped by AI, should we, like the disciples in his quatrains, blindly follow technological advances without questioning their implications? Looking at the current global political landscape, Nostradamus' prediction about the rise of the East while the West declines is becoming increasingly plausible. As the East, represented by countries like China and India, gains strength, the West seems to be losing its dominance. According to Nostradamus, it is in the forge of the dragon that a new order will emerge. The term dragon has long been associated with China, and the country's growing economic, technological, and military prowess makes this metaphor all the more striking. By 2025, China's leadership in artificial intelligence, 5G technology, and space exploration could surpass that of many Western nations, further consolidating its power. Additionally, China's Belt and Road Initiative is rapidly expanding its global influence. Nostradamus' prophecy may not just be about economic power shifts, but also reflect deep cultural and political transformations. As the West faces internal divisions and economic challenges, the East, specifically China and India, may seize the opportunity to redefine global leadership. However, such seismic changes rarely occur without conflict. A West in decline may push back against its diminishing power, leading to trade wars, territorial disputes, or even military tensions. The emergence of this new global order, rather than being peacefully negotiated, could be forged through direct confrontation. As humanity stands at this crossroads, the question arises: will the shift in power lead to conflict or cooperation? Nostradamus' foresight compels us to think carefully about how we, as a global community, will navigate this coming transformation. Beyond politics, Nostradamus also predicted that environmental crises would threaten the future of humanity. Long before climate change became a global concern, he foresaw the devastation of the Earth's ecosystems, warning of 6 distinct environmental disasters. By 2025, these predictions may materialize in the form of intensified droughts, storms, and floods, all exacerbated by rising global temperatures. Coastal cities may be submerged by rising sea levels, while inland regions could suffer from severe water shortages and crop failures. These environmental challenges will not only impact food security and human survival, but will also have far-reaching consequences for the global economy and social stability. Resource shortages may lead to armed conflicts, displacing millions and creating massive humanitarian crises. Nostradamus' warning serves as a reminder that humanity's disregard for the environment could exact an unimaginable price. Another of Nostradamus' chilling predictions involves the potential for World War III. His quatrains depict a scene of global chaos, where 2 former allies are torn apart by anarchy, a fortress falls, and a great commander surrenders. The 2 brothers torn apart could symbolize nations or alliances that were once united but have since fractured. This imagery feels particularly relevant today as tensions escalate between major powers. The rivalry between North and South Korea, as well as the increasing tensions between the United States and China, could rapidly escalate into a broader conflict. A pivotal flashpoint in this scenario is Taiwan, where China's desire to reunify with the island has sparked significant opposition from the U.S. and its allies. Could a military clash over Taiwan ignite a global war? Similarly, the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, which already involves multiple nations, further heightens concerns about global instability. Nostradamus' reference to the falling fortress could be interpreted as a metaphor for the collapse of a major superpower or the loss of a strategic stronghold. In modern terms, this could mean a devastating cyber attack on critical infrastructure, crippling power grids, banking systems, or communication networks. His mention of a major city burning evokes the horrors of war, perhaps alluding to urban warfare, airstrikes, or even nuclear conflict. Nostradamus' vision underscores the catastrophic human toll that war takes, not only on cities and structures, but on families, communities, and future generations. Another of Nostradamus' warnings pertains to a coming energy crisis, which seems all the more likely given current global trends. Energy is the lifeblood of modern civilization, and any disruption to its supply could send shockwaves through every aspect of life. In his quatrain, he describes a world where machines fail, lights dim, and people are forced to return to the old ways. This could symbolize a collapse in the world's energy supply, driven by dwindling fossil fuel reserves, geopolitical conflicts, or natural disasters. By 2025, the demand for energy could outstrip supply, leading to widespread blackouts, social unrest, and economic turmoil. If energy networks fail, essential services like healthcare, communication, and transportation would grind to a halt, leaving cities dark and industries idle. While alternative energy sources such as solar, wind, and geothermal power offer hope, they require significant time, investment, and international cooperation. In the face of an energy crisis, resources could become scarce, leading to even more profound challenges. Nostradamus's reference to the heart of the Earth may point to these alternative energy sources or even to nuclear fusion as a potential solution, yet these technologies come with their own risks and uncertainties. The looming energy crisis serves as a stark reminder that humanity must prioritize sustainability and innovation before it is too late. Nostradamus also predicted environmental devastation on an even more granular level, with the Earth itself becoming parched and cracked, rivers running dry, and crops failing. By 2025, these catastrophic scenarios may have already begun to unfold. As temperatures rise and weather patterns become more erratic, agricultural systems across the globe are already being affected, leading to reduced yields and food insecurity. Some regions may face extreme drought, while others may be battered by flooding or hurricanes. This could severely disrupt global food production and lead to widespread famine. Nostradamus's reference to plagues of insects could be a forewarning of pest infestations exacerbated by climate change, which have already caused significant damage to crops in various parts of the world. Without sufficient resources to combat these challenges, millions could face starvation, while displaced populations fight for survival. As we look to the future, Nostradamus's prophetic words remind us that our relationship with the environment is fragile, and neglecting its preservation could have dire consequences. Nostradamus also warned of the dangers of space exploration, particularly with regard to the potential for asteroid impacts. He spoke of astronomers looking beyond the stars and discovering a new planet, yet he cautioned that fire would come from the heights. This could be a metaphor for an asteroid impact, a catastrophic event capable of changing life on Earth. While the chances of an asteroid striking Earth are relatively low, the potential consequences of such an event are enormous. In 2025, space exploration may be on the cusp of major breakthroughs, with private companies like SpaceX and government agencies like NASA pushing the boundaries of human presence in space. However, Nostradamus's warning about focusing too much on space exploration might be a metaphor for the need to pay attention to the dangers closer to home, whether in terms of planetary threats like asteroids or terrestrial challenges like climate change and geopolitical instability. Nostradamus's final prediction for 2025 touches on the potentially dangerous advances in genetic engineering. He spoke of 9 individuals set apart, annulled, and seen as divine in their thinking, influencing the course of destiny. This could refer to the growing field of genetic modification, where scientists may soon be able to cure diseases, enhance human abilities, and extend lifespans. However, this raises profound ethical questions. How far should humanity go in modifying nature? The 9 set apart may symbolize a group of genetically modified humans, potentially the first generation of bioengineered individuals. While genetic engineering holds great promise, it also carries risks, such as unintended consequences or creating a genetic divide between those who have access to these technologies and those who do not. As we look toward the year 2025, the predictions of Nostradamus, whether regarded as eerie or insightful, serve as a powerful reminder of the challenges and opportunities humanity faces. While some may dismiss these prophecies as mere coincidence or cryptic metaphor, they provide an opportunity for reflection. The decisions we make today shape the world of tomorrow. In an age of rapid technological advancement, environmental degradation, and geopolitical uncertainty, we must approach the future with caution, wisdom, and a sense of responsibility. What do you think? Do you agree with Nostradamus's predictions? Are you filled with fear, curiosity, or skepticism as you think about what's to come? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video. Share it with friends who are interested in exploring the mysteries of the future, and subscribe to the Interconnected Zone. Let's continue our journey together into the unknown and see where it leads us. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Nostradamus's prophecies. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and remember that the answers we seek may be hiding in plain sight.